Hey everyone, today we're fixing one of the most annoying problems in home theater setups, that hollow, flat sound you get when you try to bounce Atmos effects off your ceiling but the speaker just can't aim the sound where it needs to go. If you've ever watched a plane fly overhead in a movie and felt like the sound is coming from the wrong place, or worse, not even happening, this Klipsch Reference Premiere RP-8060FA might be the fix you've been searching for. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I picked up a pair of these floor standers a few months ago to replace some older towers that were struggling with height channels, and honestly, the difference is night and day. These aren't just regular speakers with an extra tweeter slapped on top. They've got a built-in elevation channel that's designed to fire sound upward at a precise angle, so when your receiver sends the Atmos signal to the height channel, the sound actually reaches your ears instead of bouncing off the ceiling like an echo. It's the kind of detail that makes you realize how much you've been missing in movies and games. The build quality is solid too. The piano black finish looks premium and doesn't show fingerprints easily, which is a small thing but makes a difference when you're trying to keep your setup looking clean. Internally, they've got a 1-inch titanium LTS vented tweeter paired with a hybrid tracked Rix horn. That combo is supposed to give you clearer highs and more controlled dispersion, so the Atmos effects feel pinpoint accurate instead of washed out. I've noticed dialogue stays crisp even when the action is loud, which is a big win for those of us who hate when voices get buried. One of the things I wasn't expecting was how well they integrate with my existing system. I've got a Denon AVR X3600H, and setting up the RP-8060FA was straightforward. The height channel just needs a single cable to the receiver's dedicated height output, and the speaker handles the rest. No extra stands, no complicated aiming, just plug it in and go. That's a huge relief if you're not into the idea of mounting speakers on your ceiling or using those weird upward-firing modules that never quite sound right. I've tested them with everything from Dolby Atmos demo tracks to real movies like Dune and Top Gun: Maverick. The height effects in Dune where the sandworms burst out of the sand? They felt like they were coming from directly above me, not from some distant corner of the room. And in Top Gun, the jet flyovers actually made me duck, something I've never experienced with my old speakers. It's those little moments where you realize the setup is working the way it's supposed to. Another practical benefit is the size. These are big speakers, but they don't take up as much floor space as you'd think. The cabinet is ported, so they're not as deep as some other floor standers, which makes them easier to fit in a typical living room. I've got them in a 12 by 14 foot room, and they fill the space without overwhelming it. The bass is tight and punchy too, thanks to the spun copper woofers, so you don't always need a separate subwoofer to get that chest-thumping impact. Now, they're not perfect for everyone. If you're in a small apartment or have thin walls, these might be too much speaker for your space. They're not the kind of thing you can hide behind a curtain, they're meant to be heard. Also, they're heavy, so moving them around isn't a one-person job. But if you've got the room and the setup, the trade-off is worth it. Pros-wise, the Atmos performance is the standout. The build is durable, and the soundstage is wide and immersive. The cons? They're big, they're pricey, and they're not subtle. If you're looking for something that blends into the background, these aren't it. But if you want your movies and games to sound like they're happening around you, not just in front of you, these speakers deliver. If you're on the fence about upgrading your Atmos setup, I'd say give these a listen if you can. They're not cheap, but they're a solid investment if you want that true overhead sound without the hassle of ceiling speakers. Check them out using the link below, and let me know in the comments what you think. I'm curious if any of you have tried these or similar setups, what's worked for you?